Inland Sports.
And now join us here on the Inland Sports Show, fresh off a CIF Division 5 state champion again, 2 years in a row. It is the great Eyan Turk from Woodcrest Christian High School. And Eyan, listen, congratulations on your second consecutive Division 5 title. But what really jumped out at me was that you had the fastest time, period. Division 1, Division 2, you had the fastest time. What did that mean to you to have the fastest time at the state meet?
To me, it's still floating around my head. It's a major shock to me. If you would have told me a week before the meet that I was not only going to be back-to-back state champion, breaking the Division 5 record as well, but also having the fastest time of the day, I wouldn't have believed you. I would have thought you hit your head or something.
Well, you shattered that 15-minute mark. I mean, I had it written down somewhere around here. I think it was like 14:35. Correct me if I'm wrong. What was your time?
14:32. I think it was like 14:32 and a half.
So when you cross the finish line and you see your time, what's going through your mind? Are you thinking, there's no way? How did this happen? Like, what was going through your mind?
Honestly, I didn't think much of the time at the moment when I first crossed. It kind of hit me a little after when I finally got to see my family. I was more just joyful of the win that I had at that time. And then when I heard like the time I had, it kind of just blew my mind. I'm like, wow. Especially when I was told like what my final mile was, the 4:27. I was just blown away.
So Eyan, let's rewind a couple months. Going into your senior season at Woodcrest, what was the goals? I mean, obviously you wanted to repeat, I'm sure, as the Division 5 state champion, but did you want to have the Division 5 state record? Did you want to have the best time period at the state meet? Like, what was your goals going into the season?
So my goal at state was, yes, not only winning it, but also breaking the Division 5 record, but having the fastest time of the day. I never had that in mind. I thought that was going to be something like either Eli Fitzyoung or Noonan was going to have. So it was definitely a major bonus to me. But making NXN was definitely, which I did, which praise the Lord on that one, was definitely also one of my goals as well. Kind of also, I'd say I didn't get there, but it is what it is. Being a little deeper into the 13, like 1340, maybe 1330s. But I think the only major race I had that one for was kind of Woodbridge.
So Eyan, so you mentioned, nationals coming up as well. Now that you've qualified, what are your goals now as you get ready for nationals?
For nationals, I'm mostly looking to have fun with it. It's going to be a great way to go out there and compete on something that I haven't ran in. Kind of like, I'm aware of how it's going to be kind of like raining. It's going to be kind of like a mud bath when I go out to run up in Oregon. So to me, it's going to be a lot of fun, especially with a lot of other high-end competition kids who have worked really hard to earn their way there. And each and every single one of them there has deserved it. Really proud for them. But in terms of goals, I'm looking to be one of the top finishers.
So Eyan, at this point, obviously you've already had a hugely successful season. Going to nationals, is that just kind of the icing on the cake? Is there no pressure like, hey, I already won back-to-back state titles. I broke the record. I had the fastest time. No pressure. This is just going to be fun now.
A little, but also being having the number one time for California, there's a little pressure on that going there in some given reasons, but it's also kind of at the same time, not much of a no pressure because it's now that I'm here, just go out there, go have fun with it, and ultimately walk away just saying I gave it my all that day, and then not one other thing I would have changed. Kind of like how I did at state this past weekend. So The bottom line for this is kind of just go out there and have fun and lay it all out on the field and show them just show everyone what I can do.
You know, Ian, I am curious because, the CIF state meet lined up with the same week of Thanksgiving. So how did that kind of change your Thanksgiving plans for yourself and your family? Did you travel on Thanksgiving? Did you not get to eat any turkey, or you eat very light? I mean, how does that change the way you prepared for the state meet?
Well, typically our state meets happen every Saturday of the same weekend at Thanksgiving, but yeah, normally we don't do our traditional Thanksgiving dinner. We kind of do something different. We'll do something like ponzers for our Thanksgiving dinner instead, and then when we eat like our turkey and all that just Thanksgiving good stuff, we normally do that the Sunday when we come back from state. But the only traveling we really did was just the 3-4 hour long drive up to Fresno.
So you did have your Thanksgiving dinner. It was just delayed a couple days until Sunday, until the race was over.
Yeah, pretty much like a nice celebratory dinner, kind of a little like a thankfulness for the weekend.
That's awesome. Ian, I am curious too. How long have you been running, and how did you first get started? Did you have a parent, a sibling, or how did you get introduced to the sport of cross country?
I've been probably running for like 9 years or so, but how I got introduced, it was kind of, I've always been like a pretty active child, so like it was kind of like trying to find something for me to do, and I guess my dad found like a track club for me to do, because I guess I got a little interested in it, and one of those I guess I say too is, you know about the runner Prefontaine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I actually got to see the movie Without Limits at that time, and it was kind of just a huge inspiration seeing how incredible of a runner Prefontaine was, and for me it was kind of like I want to try to follow in those footsteps and become a runner like him, and ever since it's just been striving to do so.
Man, you are well on your way and winning those back-to-back state titles. I think, gosh, what was it? There's only two other, I think, runners in the history of the CIF state meet that went back-to-back. Was it Caleb Hall, and who was the other one?
Caleb Hall and
there was another one. It was another big name. Jacob Webb, maybe? I don't know. I have to look it up.
Yeah, I can't think off the top of my head. I probably have to go look it up too.
Yeah, but that was a very short list. I mean, you are in some elite company, and I know that you're going to be running for the University of Kentucky, right? The Wildcats?
Yeah, that's correct. I'm really looking forward to that.
So why did you pick Kentucky? What was it about the school, the cross-country program? I assume you're going to do maybe distance on the track team as well. Like, what was it about the Wildcats that made you want to sign with them?
A lot of it had to do with team environment, like being out there to go visit the place. I thought it was a really nice place. To me, I felt really safe. The area, the vibe there just felt like myself. Being able to meet the team, there's quite the talent there of kids like Collins and Ed Burr. And it's just a really young team that I feel like has amazing potential. And just being out there and talking with them, they made me feel very included. And it kind of felt like at times, like I was like already a part of that team. And even the coaches, amazing coaches, who, like Coach Haken, who are not only really hard to work to make me a better version of myself, but also coaches who make me feel like that I can be my own self. And I've really enjoyed that. And it makes me feel like I'm going to enjoy every last second at Kentucky around these incredible coaches and athletes.
That's awesome. It sounds like the perfect fit for you, Ian. And finally, I am assuming that you're back at Woodcrest Christian this week. And what was the response like when you went back to campus, like from your classmates and from your teachers, coming off that championship?
Yeah, everyone was really happy about it. Definitely, there was a lot of people congratulating me. And there was also others, like our basketball team they were at a tournament during that day too. So like while they were waiting for two of the teams to play, and they were like on live results, like updating every like 30 seconds or so, kind of just seeing like where I'm at compared to everyone else. And they were all really hyped. One thing about me is like that I TA for the office. So when I came in there, my third period of TA, it was just one big congrats to everyone. Everyone was really happy for me. Just a very supportive a bunch of very supportive friends, and an overall very supportive school. And I'm really grateful to be there.
Well, Eyan, you're a celebrity now at Woodcrest Christian, man. You are the man. Back-to-back state champion. You got nationals coming up. And listen, man, congratulations on the CIF state title in Division 5 and posting the record and the best time, period, across the board at the CIF state meet. That is Woodcrest Christian High School's Eyan Turk here on the Inland Sports Show. Congratulations, Eyan.
Thank you. It's been an honor.
Inland Sports.